So, after releasing the story trailer, Insomniac Games released 4 promo images for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, these images, they look very cool, and I can't wait to be discussing them because they're cool photos to have as backgrounds, maybe like wallpapers as well, and they also well show more of the game that wasn't in the trailers. Well, some are actually screen caps on the trailer, but I'll be looking. But as it's not going fast paced like 2 minute like quick slideshows, I'll be able to just go more in detail. With none of us starting with this first one here. So this first one shows the both the Spider-Man swimming in New York. And I have 2 speculations of where we will see this image in the game. This could be either the start of the game, like the opening swing, or it could be the final swing, which is what we saw in Miles Morales, which could link to that, connect to that. But this game is looking darker than the first game of Miles Morales, the spin-off game. So I don't know if this it will have a hopeful, like cool ending like this, but except for a more tragic and dark one. So I believe this could be at the start of the game. But it also gives us like a cool sort of like screen grab as well, and it also shows the graphics and a more better look at the costumes. Like with that Advanced Suit 2.0 looking beautiful, it's probably one of my favourite Spider-Man redesigns of all time, and it makes the first Advanced Suit look awful. I mean, it's not awful, but like the colour scheme on this new suit looks amazing. And I don't know how I feel about this Miles suit. It's the long red bits on his arm that connect to his hands. I feel like they should have just kept it with the original instead of just changing it up. But I understand why they would do it. So because Miles hasn't really got a big catalogue of costumes to him, so of course they need to redesign it a bit. But and you can also see the reflections from the building, which look amazing. I hope we could see actual Spider-Man like in the reflection, but we also see like this is a new part of the city. Like it just doesn't look like familiar, if you get what I mean. Like which I prefer because I don't really want to be playing in the same city again that we had in the last 2 games, which is thankfully not the case because we know there will be Queens and Brooklyn to explore. But I don't know if we're going to be able to explore it. That hasn't been fully confirmed. But this is a very good screenshot, and I'll probably use it as a background in one of my phones or computer. But yeah, let's move on to the second image. And this next image is between Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn, which seem to be standing in front of the Bacta-looking tank thing that we've seen in the both post-credit scenes of both Spider-Man games from Insomniac. But this time, we see the symbiote's obviously being contained in there, and it seems like Harry and Norman Osborn are having a heart-to-heart moment in this screen grab. And I like how the symbiote seems like it's leaning towards Harry, showing that there's like a really deep connection with it, and maybe that is what ties Harry into this story. Is that the symbiote like needs Harry, and if Peter's going to be using it, well, I don't know how he's going to get it, but as we saw in the trailer, Harry will be like, so his health will be getting worse throughout the game because he hasn't been with the symbiote for so long. So maybe that's why this plays a really good part in the plot. And I like how the symbiote probably it looks all like destroyed. Well, not destroyed. It looks all like more aggressive. I don't know if this is before Peter's used it or after, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see until the game comes out. I don't really have a lot to say about this screenshot, but it just shows you that it seems like Norman does care for his son, which is really different. What I said in the analysis of the story trailer was completely different to other people who've tried a new interpretation of this relationship, where they seems like Norman hates Harry or he just doesn't care for him. But we can clearly see in the Insomniac's universe that Norman does have a deep love for Harry, which we can tell by the screenshot. Well, this next image seems to show Miles in what looks to be Craven's lair by the animals being hung up in the background on the wall and the photos of what seems to be Craven's ancestors, and also by the bodyguards, which we have seen in previous gameplay and the story trailer. And we also saw Miles breaking into Craven's compound in the trailer. So maybe Peter's in danger and he has to go save him, which could be like how Kraven Last Hunt goes. Maybe they're taking inspiration from that, which I heard they would be, but I'm not sure. Maybe Miles going to take action and confront Kraven himself. I don't know why I keep saying Kingpin. Kraven could probably start with K, but this looks like it's going to be like a cool mission where Miles just goes absolutely like a badass and just wrecks everyone's shit, beating up everyone, which I can't wait to play because Miles is probably going to be one of my favourite characters to use alongside Peter with the symbiote. But this looks like it's going to be a cool ass mission, which has been seeing those in the trailer as well. Hopefully we get a boss battle between Miles and Kraven as well by the end of it, and maybe Peter as well going apeshit crazy on Kraven. Now this next image is my favourite. It shows the symbiote Spider-Man in action, which looks like he's using a tendril on a Kraven henchman, which looks fucking awesome. This is probably one of my favourite, like most excited features in this game is probably going to be using the symbiote, and what Insomniac has been showing is going to be that it's going to be so OP. I can't wait to see how it affects not just Peter but the people around him when he's using it, and also when we eventually meet Venom in the game. But I'm wondering, like, is Peter are we gonna get the same attacks that like we used against enemies, like against Venom? For example, like say I'm in the screenshot here, we're using this attack on some enemy, but when we fight Venom, Venom does this on us. That I think that would be really cool to show how the symbiote's like adapted to what Peter's how Peter's used it, because that's what usually happens in the books and like TV shows and that have used Venom, of course. And this looks like a cool like mission where I don't know if is that like a museum. I'm trying to look through the background. It looks like maybe a zoo, which kind of makes sense because Kraven's a hunter, of course. He wants to be where animals are, and it looks like a cool like mission where we're going to be using symbiote Spidey, like attacking Kraven and his army and all that, his private militia. And it seems like catches fire, it's going to be all fucking destruction and that. But I wonder if it links to the previous screenshot with Miles. But yeah, this is another cool screenshot and it makes me more hyped for the game. Sorry, this was not really a short video, but there wasn't really many screenshots that were released. These are the only ones, which I'm glad there wasn't a load shown. I don't really want to see lots of this game, but I also want to cover it as much as I can for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think of these screenshots and if you're also hyped for this game, because I know I am, and I'll be buying this game as soon as I possibly can. Yeah, videos for the next week will probably be a bit like there won't be a large amount. I'm going on holiday for a week, but as soon as I'll try and make it possible to get more uploads done. But this has been it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sub, like, comment if you enjoy this content, and if you want to see more Spider-Man content on my channel. Thank you for watching once again, and goodbye.